Hello everybody! Today we are reading my favourite, The Darkest Dark. Chris was an astronaut, an important and very busy astronaut. When it was time to take a bath, he told his mother, "I'd love to, but I'm saving the planet from aliens." When it was time to get out of the bath and go to bed, his father told him politely, because astronauts are always polite, "Sorry, no can do, I'm on my way to Mars." An astronaut's work is never done, so astronauts do not sleep. But their parents do. "You're a big boy now," said Chris's father. "You have to sleep in your own bed." And Chris tried. He really did. But his room was dark. Very, very dark. The kind of dark that attracts the worst sort of aliens. But his parents meant it. Chris was going to sleep in his own bed tonight. His mum and dad checked under his bed and in the wardrobe, and even in his underwear drawer. They declared the room 100% alien-free. They tucked Chris in. They turned out the nightlight. They even gave him a special bell to ring if he was nervous. And guess what? He went clang, 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 clang. So they took away the bell. And then his father said something that worried Chris even more than the dark did. "One more peep, young man, and I'm afraid we'll all be too tired to go next door tomorrow." But tomorrow was a special day, a very special day. Chris had to go next door. His life pretty much depended on it. So Chris stayed in his own bed, without a peep. It took a long time to fall asleep, but when he did, he had his favourite dream. He flew his spaceship all the way to the moon. The next day seemed to last forever, but finally, when the moon was shining over the lake and the summer wind was ruffling the leaves on the trees, Chris ran next door. The house was already full of people, all gathered around the TV, the only TV in the whole island. Chris found a spot where he could see through the crowd, and what he saw was astronauts! Real, live astronauts on the actual faraway moon. They were wearing puffy white suits and jumping for joy, jumping so high because there was so much less gravity there. The grown-ups huddled around the TV. They were amazed. Their whole lives long, they'd never expected to see this sight. Even Chris, who had been to the moon just the night before, was amazed. He'd never really noticed how dark it was there. Outer space was the darkest dark ever. That night, Chris did a little experiment. He turned off all the lights in his room, even the night light. It was still dark, very, very dark. There were still shadows that looked a little, well, alien. Nothing had changed, but Chris had changed. He'd seen that the darkest of the universe was so much bigger and deeper than the darkest in his room. But he was not afraid. He wanted to explore every corner of the night sky. For the first time, Chris could see the power and the mystery and velvety black beauty of the dark. And he realised, you're never really alone there. Your dreams are always with you, just waiting. Big dreams about the kind of person you want to be. Wonderful dreams about the life you will live. Dreams that can actually come true. Now we're going to do our hold the sentence. So we're going to choose this page today. So my turn. He flew his spaceship all the way to the moon. He flew his spaceship all the way to the moon. Now we're going to add in our capital letter and our full stop. So, he flew his spaceship all the way to the moon. He flew his spaceship all the way to the moon. Your turn. One more time. He flew his spaceship all the way to the moon. Your turn. Okay, now you've got to pause your video and you're going to write your sentence. Okay, let's tick or fix our sentence. So, you get a tick for your capital. You get a tick for he. You get a tick for your finger space. You get a tick for flew. You get a tick for your finger space. You get a tick for his. Tick your finger space. Tick for spaceship. Tick your finger space. Tick for all. Tick your finger space. Tick for the. Tick your finger space. Tick for way. Tick your finger space. Tick for to. Tick your finger space. Tick for the. Tick your finger space. Tick for moon. And tick for your full stop. Then please can you upload your super sentence to Dojo, and then I can give you lots of dojos for your fantastic work.